Hello everyone, my name is Michael Roy. I am a student of Deakin University studying Embedded Systems Development SIT 210, and this is my project teaching case. So in this video I will show you what is the problem which I was facing and how I came up with the idea. I will also show you my code, explain my code to you, and other essential which should be known while doing this project. And also I will show you the possible future extensions which could be added in this project. So let's start. Home security is one of the issues which each and every individual think about. Each and every person wants to know about the happenings of the surroundings of the house on his absence. So whenever you are not in house, you want to know who had arrived in the house, who tried to come in the house. Uh, and also a typical home surveillance camera costs a lot of money. Like a typical home surveillance camera can cost you more than $500 to $600, and for some people it was not affordable. So what I did was I think of an idea in which I can make a home security system in a very cheap cost. So the main issue is of having a security camera is to install in the house surroundings, but the cost of security camera is too high. So I have to make a cheap and affordable, effective security camera, which can be used by anyone. So for this project, the require hardware requirements are Raspberry Pi. Actually, I use a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus in this project. A camera module, a relay module, a solenoid pull, a 12 volt AC/DC converter, some jumper wires, and a wire that can carry up to a 12 volt of current. So in the hardware, the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus is the main operating system which will operate whole of the project. It is the brain of the project. The camera module is helpful to capture the images uh, or of the surroundings, and the relay module is like a on off button which will take the input from the Raspberry Pi and give the output to the solenoid pull to act accordingly. The 12 volt AC/DC converter is a power supply source which will be needed to connect it to the solenoid pull and the relay module. Some jumper wires is used to connect the relay module to the Raspberry Pi, and the wire which I need to carry 12 volt current is important as I need something to connect my 12 volt converter to the relay module. And the software which I used in this project are Raspbian operating system. So this is the operating system which I use in my Raspberry Pi. OpenCV. So OpenCV is a program which is very helpful in case of facial recognition, in case of video recording, and in case of visual effects from the camera module. And IFTTT, I have also used the IFTTT software by which the user will get an uh, information by which the user will get a kind of a notification that someone has tried to or someone has entered the house. So I will let you know how to work with all of. So now we'll talk about some of the design principles. The project is designed in a way that you can put the surveillance camera near the door, and whenever a recognized face is in front of the camera, then the Raspberry Pi will give command to the relay module, which will further command the solenoid pull to work, further unlocking the door. So what I have done in this project is I have connected the solenoid pull to the lock of the door. So Whenever a recognized face is in front of the camera, the Raspberry Pi will uh, recognize the face, and it will command the relay module to further command the solenoid pull, which will unlock the door. After unlocking the door, it will lock itself, right? So whenever someone recognized tries to enter the house and the door gets unlocked, the owner will get a notification of someone entering the house. So the notification will be sent through IFTTT. So in IFTTT, I have used a webhook service. So IFTTT stands for if this then that. So in the this section of the IFTTT, I have included a webhook in uh, which I further used in the code, which will I show you further. And in the that section, I have used a notification. Actually, I've used an email that I will receive an email every time a recognized person has entered the house. So, and also the owner can access the camera from anywhere over the web in the Raspberry Pi. Prototype architecture. So in this slide, I will show you the connection which I have used for my project. So as shown in the adjacent diagram, the VCC and the GND pin of the relay module is connected to the 5 volt and GND of the Raspberry Pi respectively. So yeah, it like the pins have been connected from the relay to Raspberry Pi, and the AC/DC converter here is actually a power supply. So I have connected the negative of the converter to the negative of the solenoid pull, and the positive of the DC of the power supply to the common of the relay module. And further I have connected normally open from the relay module to the positive side of the solenoid pull. So actually while doing this, I was a little bit confused which is the positive or negative of the relay module, as I bought a really cheap one. But still, i- if you uh, uh, if you have a look at the documentation of the relay module and have a really good one, so you will get to know and save some time. And as I have told you earlier, the solenoid pull is uh, connected to the lock of the door. It will it is locked by default, and whenever the relay module commands the solenoid pull to work, it will unlock the door and lock it again. And also we have to insert the camera module uh, in the shown figure. And and these are the code which I have used for my project. The code one is the capturing of the faces of authorized individuals. So in this code, the authorized individual will show their faces. The code 2 is the training of the machine. The code 3 is the implementing of the project, and this file is very important, as this is a file. Actually, this is a further link to a file which is very helpful in case of facial recognition. So this was the file I was talking about, Har Cascade file. As you can see, it is a pretty big file. So after opening this link from my GitHub account, you have to save this file in the XML format. Uh, actually, this file is pretty useful for many facial recognition systems, as it is used to capture faces. Yeah, actually, it is very commonly used file for facial recognition systems. So let's walk through the code. So this is my first code, and in my GitHub account, it is saved as capturing the images. So it is a Python code in which the Raspberry Pi system will capture the images. So when you will run this code with the total connections already made, uh, and you have to show your face in front of the camera, so it will capture the 30 pictures of the person, and that will be the authorized person which have the authority to come in the house. So as you can see that the file is to capture the images of the individual you want to give authority to, for whom the door will be unlocked. So you can give the faces of yourself and your house members, and it will capture 30 photos of the person at a time. And like as you can see, first I have imported the libraries, and then I have arranged the Raspberry Pi camera according to my use. And this file is the Har Cascade file, which is used to capture the faces. And after that, after going through the code, first it will ask the name, and if the name is already in the directory, then it will say that name already exists. If it is not, then it will capture the faces and make a directory. And as you walk through the code, uh, it will show you that how the code has make the directory and capture the faces of the authorized person. In the second code, I have named it as the training the recognizer. As in this code, the system is trained to recognize the face which were captured earlier. In this code, the program finds the location of the picture and finds the faces. After finding the photo, each photo is converted into a NumPy array. At the end of the code, it makes a dictionary with the name of the person and the value which will be assigned by the program as names and labels. Then at the end, it will make a file named as trainer.yml which will be used afterwards. As you can see that it has created a file trainer.yml which will be used in the third code. And as you can already see, some libraries have been imported. Here is the Har Cascade file which I was talking about earlier. So this is the final code. It is a very important code, as this code will run forever. Like after the capturing the faces and after training the recognizer, and when you will set up the camera for your surveillance as a security system, this code will run at the back of the system. So I have named it as recognizing the faces in my GitHub account, and it is a final code. This is the code in which if someone's face is in front of the camera, it will detect the face and try to recognize the face. If the face is authorized, that is if the face is already stored in the system, and we have stored in the system through code 1, train the recognizer through code 2, and if the face is authorized, the code will give the command to the relay to turn on the solenoid pull, which is further connected to the door lock and will unlock the door lock. And at the end, it will send a notification through IFTTT. Actually, in this code, I have skipped through some of the lines. Actually, those are the lines which are just importing the libraries. And uh, here I have connected the relay module to, to the GPIO of my Raspberry Pi. And here is the camera fixing resolution. Here is the R Cascade file, and here is the trainer YML file which was formed in the code 2 at the end of it. And now the code will try to recognize the face. If the face is recognized, then it will print the name, And after printing the name with the face, it will ask the relay module to further unlock further command a solenoid pull, which will further unlock the door. And as you can see, this line r is equal to request dot post, it is a very important line, as this is the line by which the user will receive the notification that someone has entered the house. And in this way, which I have written IFTTT key, it is the key of the it is the key which you will get through your IFTTT account. So how to get this key is, you have to enter your IFTTT through your account, and in the search option you have to find webhooks, and in the further documentation this key will be there for you. So it is a unique key for each IFTTT account. And after that, it will unlock the door and go to sleep, and that's it for the code. So after making the whole connection, I have to test my project. So I first implemented the code one. I asked my friend to participate in this project. He just only have to show his face. So in my code one, I first showed my face captured by Raspberry Pi, capturing my faces, and then the Raspberry Pi captured my friend's faces. After the first code, I trained my recognizer to for those faces. After training the recognizer, we are almost done. Now we have to test the system by running the code 3. And after running the code 3, the camera start working. And when I showed my face to the camera, the solenoid pull unlocks the door, and I also got the notification in my Gmail account that I have entered, that Michael Roy has entered the room. After moving my face from the camera, the door gets unlocked. The door gets locked again, and now I ask my friend to show his face, and then again the solenoid pulled the bar, and the door was unlocked. So this is how I test my project. Uh, Actually, there are some heads up which I want to give for this project. Apart from the hardware and the software, there are some things which should be known for an individual who will be trying to implement this project. Make sure to check your camera after installing it. There are numerous ways over the web. Installing OpenCV is a little difficult task which you have to do, but I have installed it easily through this link. You can go through this link and find it how to install OpenCV on your Raspberry Pi. And please make sure to have this .xml file, as it is very useful and it is very essential for this project. Also, for using IFTTT, each individual have to use his own webhook key, which will be available in the IFTTT website. Future extension. So in this project, I can add more complexity in this project. Addition of fingerprint sensor with the facial recognition can add more authentication in the security system. A motion sensor can add more security to the system, in which if motion is detected, then the camera will start recording the video. Also, we can add a function of doorbell, that if the doorbell is pressed, then the camera will not only start recording the video but also will send the user notification of someone near the house using IFTTT. Possible extension of the project using Arduino Uno, in which someone unrecognized is in the front of the camera when the doorbell was pressed. Then Arduino will interpret the recorded message such as "No one is at home, please come back later" from the user to the individual standing outside the house. How you can do this is, we have to connect a particular speaker with the Arduino. The Raspberry Pi will send a notification to the Arduino, and Arduino will further interpret the message. For communication between Raspberry Pi and Arduino, we have to use MQTT. And this is my project. Thank you for watching. Thanks.